Houston, the hits just keep coming, and this latest blow lands right in the heart of what's been carrying this team all season. Just when the defense seemed built to withstand anything, another brutal setback forces major adjustments at the worst possible time. Depth is being tested, rotations are about to change, and the margin for error is shrinking fast as the postseason picture tightens. This isn't just about one spot on the field, it's about whether this unit can keep its identity under serious pressure. Fans felt the energy shift immediately, and now all eyes are on how the Texans respond when adversity stacks up. You need to know what this means moving forward. Hit like, subscribe, and stay locked in for Texans news. The name I need to say out loud right now, the name Texans fans need to sit with for a moment, is Mario Edwards Jr. And let me tell you something, Houston, this one hurts in a way that doesn't always show up in box scores or highlight reels, but it absolutely shows up when the games get ugly, physical, and unforgiving in December and January. A ruptured pec. Season over, just like that. And when D'Amico Ryans stands at the podium and tells you, plainly and honestly, that losing Mario Edwards and Tim Settle is going to be difficult to replace, you better believe him. Because this isn't just about losing bodies. This is about losing stability at the worst possible time. See, Mario Edwards Jr. wasn't the flashiest name on this roster. He wasn't the guy jerseys were flying off shelves for. But he was steady, dependable, the kind of veteran defensive tackle who does the dirty work so the stars around him can shine. He showed up in all 14 games. He gave you effort snaps. He ran to the football. He brought energy, just like D'Amico Ryans said. And in a defense that prides itself on physicality, discipline, and relentless pursuit, that matters more than people want to admit. Now his 11th NFL season ends not with a playoff push on the field, but on the injury report. And that's a brutal pill to swallow. What really gets me is the timing of this. Less than 2 weeks after losing Tim Settle Jr. For the season, now Mario Edwards Jr. is gone too. That's 2 interior defensive linemen wiped out at a point in the season where depth stops being a luxury and starts being survival. You can talk all day about Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter, and trust me, they deserve every ounce of praise they get. But edge rushers feast when the interior holds firm. When those defensive tackles collapse pockets, clog run lanes, and force quarterbacks to step right into chaos. You start losing that interior presence, and suddenly life gets harder for everybody. Now don't get it twisted, this Texans defense is still elite. The pass rush is still among the best in football. The run defense has been stout all year. But elite doesn't mean immune. And what concerns me is how much pressure now shifts onto guys who are not expected to shoulder this load in December. Sheldon Rankins steps up as the top defensive tackle in the room, and that's fine. Rankins has experience, leadership, and toughness. But behind him, now you're asking Tommy Togiai to take on a bigger role, more snaps, more responsibility against playoff-caliber offensive lines. That's not an indictment of Togiai, it's reality. The margin for error just shrank. And here's where I circle back to D'Amico Ryans, because his reaction tells you everything you need to know. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't brush it aside. He acknowledged the difficulty of replacing guys like Edwards and Settle. That honesty is refreshing, but it also underscores the challenge ahead. Coaches know when losses are manageable, and they know when losses threaten the balance of a unit. This one threatens balance. Interior defensive line play is about rotation, freshness, and violence in short bursts. Lose too many pieces, and suddenly those fourth-quarter runs start breaking for 6 instead of 2. The Texans are in the middle of something special, a defense that has carried them through adversity, a team that has battled back from an ugly start and put itself squarely in the playoff conversation. This is not the moment you want to be patching holes up front, and yet that's exactly what Houston now has to do. This is where roster construction, player development, and coaching creativity all get tested at once. This is where contenders separate themselves from pretenders. But let me say this clearly. If the Texans find a way to weather this storm, if they hold firm against the run despite these losses, if they keep offenses uncomfortable without Mario Edwards Jr. in the rotation, that tells me this defense is not just good, it's championship resilient. That's the standard now, not sympathy, not excuses, results. So I'll ask you, Texans fans, with Mario Edwards Jr. and Tim Settle gone, do you trust this defensive line depth to hold up when the games matter most? Or is this the crack that could finally show? Drop your thoughts, because this conversation matters right now. And while you're here, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay locked in with our Texans community. Because this season is far from finished, and the toughest tests are still ahead.